evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're here at St. Stanislaus Hall in Shamokin, Pennsylvania. You're listening live to a great Polish Bicentennial weekend that has just begun here this afternoon. And tonight, we're here at St. Stanislaus Hall, as I told you, getting set for a great Bicentennial ball. In the background, you'll hear the orchestra of Treese Polska from New York City, formerly with Frank Wojnarowski, and of course, the great Polish band. And on my right, I have a good friend of mine, Joe Karpinski from Williamsport, Montoursville, who's going to be judging a Grand March and a contest. Who's going to be judging a Grand March and a contest so far as the costuming is concerned. And further to my right, we have Father Bonaventure, who's the pastor of St. Stanislaus Parish. And Father, I'd like to talk to you just a bit. How do you like this Bicentennial weekend so far?
This is the greatest thing since our centennial last year.
And let me ask you this. How did all this start as far as the Bicentennial thing was concerned, as far as your parish was concerned?
Well, we wanted to have an old-fashioned bal punchkowy, an old Polish pre-Lenten dance, and everything just snowballed after that.
Well, that's great. I'm glad to hear that, Father. And Joe, I know you came down from Montoursville, and that's a great costume, Joe. I mean, give me a description of it. What's it depicting?
Well, no, I'm just wearing a costume that they would have worn in Poland, kind of a Krakowianki I am, you see. And it's my old hometown, my old home parish. I stood on that stage 39 years ago when I was in 8th grade. And this is kind of a homecoming for me. And since I've got that radio program, you know, and play polkas every Sunday, I'm getting kind of well known, I guess. And so I just love to come back and celebrate a bicentennial in my own hometown.
Well, good. I'm glad to have you come down. And boy, it's great seeing you again, because I haven't seen you for a while.
This is great. This is great.
And over on my left, we have the other judge. No, the women are involved in this thing. And on my left, I have Helen Kwiatkowski, who, along with Joe Karpinski, is going to judge the Best Costume Grand March here, which you're going to see televised right after these interviews that we have. And Helen, it's great having you here, and it's a pleasure that you're coming down to our Bicentennial weekend.
It's a beautiful thing to come to see all these Polish people here with their heritage so proudly displayed. It's just beautiful. There's no other word but beautiful.
Well, that's great. We're glad to hear that, Helen. Now, let me ask both of you a question on the judging. I know we have a varied number of costumes out there. What do you figure your criteria is going to be? I guess you probably said it to me earlier, Helen, that the idea was that everybody thinks it's authentic. I think this is what you're going to work on, right?
That is. Everyone that comes here with the idea that this is my gift to the bicentennial of our country.
Right.
So they're all going to be dressed, and if the costumes are beautiful, how are we going to pick one when we should give them all a prize?
I don't want to be a judge, Helen. That's all I
I think it's going to be a very hard job.
I know. I just don't want to be a judge. Joe, well, I'll tell you what. If I were to judge, you would be right up there in front as far as a costume is concerned, believe me. And it's just a great... Now, you're hearing that music in the background, and that's just that great Polish music that, you know, that's so synonymous with our origin, and it's just terrific. It's wonderful.
Let me say this. There was a day when people were not very proud of being Polish, you see, and we started...
I don't know, I've never known that day.
Oh, yes, there were. People changed their names, and people never went to Polish dances, you know, and now all of a sudden they're finding that, you know, there's something great to this tradition, you know, and tradition is a great thing, and it's coming back alive. People are beginning to be proud of whatever tradition they have.
Yeah, I say great. I'll tell you who I want to bring in here right now. He's sitting over here to my left, just a shade, and he's a great guy. We kept the secret of the horse setup so far as the Bicentennial. Bill, come on in, Bill. If we're blocking your view, it's just a jam-packed crowd here at St. Stanislaus Hall. People are moving around, and it's just a great show. And we kept this a secret a long time, but I think it's about time we broke with it. I want everybody to meet the guy who portrayed General Pulaski the Ass this afternoon in the parade, Bill Fedorov from Maui. And Bill, what's your reaction to this whole thing this weekend?
Well, I don't know. It's been a pleasure working with you people, and I enjoyed every minute of it. And people are just terrific over here.
I know. We're glad to hear that, Bill. I'd like to say this about you, Bill. Give us a little more detail. I know that Bill Fedorov here is going to join the Northern Wagon Train that's been coming across the country, and he's going to join it at Hughesville and going to go with it right on into Valley Forge. So, Bill, you're going to take that horse ride. Tell us a little more about that wagon train ride.
Well, I don't know. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I love my country for sure, and that's why I'm taking it. My family's going along with it, and they're going to let me go, you know. Yeah, they're going to let the old man go for a change.
Yeah, I talked to your wife. She told me that you're going to make the trip. You know, the 200th anniversary. This is never going to happen again in your lifetime, Bill.
That's right.
Good luck to you and Godspeed, and I hope you have a great time on that wagon train.
Well,
great deal. Right, good. Okay, good. And now we want to bring in the chairman. I'll tell you what, the guy who put this all together. We'll get Father Al Evanuski in here, Father Alfred. Father Alfred, here's the fellow who put the whole thing together. Father, if you look in the camera, good. I know I just got done with Bill Fedorov, and he told me of that horse ride. Here's the man whose idea was to get General Pulaski on the horse ride. And he's the chairman of this bicentennial ball weekend. And a great job, Father. How's your reaction to it so far?
It's absolutely fantabulous. I think if we had planned it, it probably never would have worked out this well. And I was really touched, especially in church, by the little kids who came up and stood for the great people in our history, both Americans and those from Poland, and who really touched our hearts because the Lord said they do preach a sermon to us, and of such is the kingdom, and of such is, it must be just like that in heaven.
Well, that's great, Father, and I know, I remember the conversation you and I had about the horse. And
that was really something, huh?
And I said to you, I'll remember that as long as I live, because I said to you, Father, you're talking to the wrong guy about that ride. And it worked out beautifully today, and we're happy.
But I really got to say, Stan, that you helped me put it together.
No, you're the guy that
No,
had it
absolutely.
all
I gave you the idea, okay, and you put it all together, okay?
No, we did a good job with it.
Okay,
Let's say
fine.
we did it together.
God bless you on it. I hope we can do it again and again and again.
We will, we will. Well, Joe, hey, I understand you have a group down here, Helen. Both of you from the Williamsport area. You've come down by bus. The hall here is jammed. It's packed with people. And I know there's Polish anywhere you go in this country. They're all over. Tell me this: what do you have with your group? I understand you have a setup going later on that's going to be called a flag dance.
Oh yeah, we're gonna show people that we're very proud of our Polish heritage, and we have Polish flags, we have American flags, and we're going to be singing the Polish national anthem, and we're going to be also singing "God Bless America." You know, later on in the program. You know, this idea of, you know, how did I get involved? You know, Helen and I are kind of, you know, we happen to each other on this. Helen and I are on the radio about 3-4 times a year on special occasions, and when we talk about Polish traditions and Polish culture at different times of the year, at the holiday seasons and whatnot, and people are beginning to recognize that they're proud of their heritage. And I think Helen, more than anybody else, could tell you that, because, you know, I have the radio program. I come on with it every Sunday, but Helen gets the kind of the feedback from the people. You might ask Helen what the people say now that they're beginning to recognize that some of their music and some of their culture is being brought public again.
Okay, Helen, how about tell us about that?
Well, I have this belief, ten, co się wstydzi, czym jest I kim jest, się wstydzi ojca I matki.
You're right.
This day we are not having, the youngsters are coming up forward. I am Polish. My mother is Polish, my babci is Polish, and I am Polish too. And we are starting it all over again, where the little ones are taking interest, which in your church today, they all took part in that beautiful mass. How are they going to grow up to be anything but beautiful Polish children?
Right. This is what our heritage is all about, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll be back now just in a short while with the Grand March and, of course, the judging of the contest.
Fine job, Scott. and gentlemen, when we have your attention, please. We're about ready for a little program. We're very happy to have you all here and to see so many happy people. Is everybody having a good time? How about a big cheer for Teresa and little Richard over here in the band? Tremendous, okay. We welcome you from our parish family of St. Stanislaus, and the first thing that we would have planned is a Pledge of Allegiance by Stanley Binkowski, Chairman for the Shamokin Bicentennial Committee, and this will be followed then by a special polka national champion dancing, and after that then we would ask all the participants in the costume contest to line up for the grand ball. So if you would please stand for a moment of silence, recollect ourselves for a moment, and pledge allegiance to the flag of which our country is celebrating its 200th birthday.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope we will remain quiet. I think this is one of the most serious moments that we can have in this country of ours. I'm Polish, I'm proud of it. I'm an American, and I'm proud of it. And I think that each of us, in our way, tonight when we make this pledge, will do it with a little more sincerity than we did when we were in grade school. So if you will follow me, please, let's place our hands over our hearts and say, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Please be seated, because at this time, you're going to be entertained. And you're going to be entertained by national champions. National polka champions, by the way. We want to present to you at this time the National Harvest Champions for 1975 and 76 doing the ballroom polka, Tony Kaminsky and Joan Shive. Tony and Joan. For Tony and Joan. They'll be back later. Thank you, Tony and Joan. Thank you very much. Hold it. We're pressed for time. They'll be back. They'll be back. We'll get them back for you. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to have the Grand March. So all of the costume decorations that you have, come on out and let's show them that we've got a real Polish show here on that costume ball. I want to introduce the judges to you. First of all, from Montoursville, a very good friend of ours, and I'm sure he's a good friend of yours. And he's been here before. He's a member of Shamokin. He's been in this parish. Joe Karpinski. Joe, where are you? Come on out here. Hey, how about this outfit? What do you think of that? Huh? Joe, take over.
You don't mind if I put my glasses on, huh?
You're getting old, Joe.
You know, it was 39 years ago that I stood on this stage. 39 years ago. And believe it or not, this is the first time I've been back in 39 years in this particular hall. You know, I'm not going to tell you what I did that evening, except that it was the 8th grade graduation. And I see some of my classmates out there. And, you know, all I can remember when I started my speech, I said, "Wielebni ojcowie, szanowne siostry I kochane rodzice." You know, that was 39 years ago. It's great to be back here in Shamokin because this is my own hometown, my own home parish, and I have so many of you who listen to me on radio every Sunday afternoon that, you know, tell everybody because polka music is back to stay, and you're going to be doing this 4 or 5 times a year in this very hall. You know, I have to say something to you in Polish because, you know, this is a Polish night, but because, you know, as you get older, your memory doesn't go too well. You have to kind of read it off. So I'm going to read something to you, but I very sincerely mean it from my heart. And I want you all to very carefully listen to what I say. Witam was wszystkie, moje szkolne kolegi I moje znajomie. Dziękuję, że zaprosili mnie do mojej szkoły I parafii. Ale nigdy nie czułem, że zostawiłem, bo serce moje zawsze tu z wami jest. Czuję się bardzo honorowy I wam wszystkim składam wielki Bóg zapłać. Co polskie, to ładnie, co polskie, to wesołe. Kto polski I się przyznaje, to jest honor naszej polskiej ojczyzny. Wiwat!
How about that? Joe Karpinski, one of our judges. We'd like to have you ladies start lining up and men who have the costumes because we're going to have the Grand March. I want to introduce your second judge tonight, Helen Kwiatkowski, who's from Williamsport. Helen, come on out here and say hello. Helen has a favorite Polish saying that she gave us earlier in a TV interview, and I'd like her to repeat it for you at this time. Helen, where are you?
Which is that?
About shaving your father-in-law.
O,
Handle it, dear.
kto się wstydzi, że jest Polakiem I czym jest, to się wstydzi ojca I matki. Trzymajcie się wasze polskie słowa, swoje polskie naukę I trzymajcie się razem I popierajcie jednego drugiego. Jak jeden spadnie, pomóżcie mu, podnieście go. Nie kopnijcie go nadal, bo on sam nie wstanie. Dziękuję.
Hey. How about that? There are your two judges, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, fellas and girls, this is the costume ball. Let's have the Grand March. There, Teresa, let's hit it. Let's get up here and start this Grand March. Let's go. Let's come down 2 by 2, 4 by 4, so the judges can get you right, okay? Hey, here comes the Statue of Liberty. How about that? in fours at this time. Let's put it in fours.
Go take your wife.
Joe, I know you have a decision to make, and it's a tough decision. Huh?
How many do we have?
Two.
Two prizes, right?
Two prizes. Oh, look at these judges getting together on this one. Ha ha ha. Watch it, Joe. You're holding Helen.
Stanley,
What?
is it like one for a couple and one for a single?
One for a man, one for a woman. Okay? Well, make up your own mind, whatever you want to do. Give 1 minute to it.
Couple, two single girls?
Couple and two singles.
Okay, we're ready.
All right, the judges have finally made up their minds, and Joe's coming up here with a great decision. Helen, I hope you agree with him. Good. Joe, I'm glad I'm not a judge, believe me. They're still consulting. Look at this. You all set, Joe?
Yeah.
Okay, take it over.
What an awful thing to do is to bring somebody to his hometown, his home parish, and have some of his neighbors and classmates marching up and down. than ask him to make a decision. Jezus kochany, co ja tu będę robić? Pierwszy honor. Martha and George Washington. Second prize, or drugi honor. Wait, I have to ask my speechwriter here. Drugi honor, Statua Wolności. And trzeci honor, or the third honor, nie mogę mówić po polsku, to po angielsku mówię. That lady with the Polish power button on with the black under her chin, you're number 3. What do you say? I think we got to go around the hall once more. Once more with these people leading. Just the winners go around leading. Let's hear what they do. And then as they go around, Teresa, could we have them play a polka for this one? You know, yeah. And we want these people to dance a polka. If you got a boyfriend, if not, but dance with a husband. If not, you know, I'll dance with anybody who doesn't have anybody attached. But here we go. Let's watch these prize winners do a dance right now. Out here, come on.
People, come on, let's join them over here. Let's go, William Sport. Let's hit it. Let's hit it. Hey, here we go. Yay! There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, as we close this telecast, we'd like to announce to you that we want to close it with one of the greatest Polish songs I think we have. We'd like everybody in the audience to join in as we sing this song. Are you with me? Joe here is going to handle it. He's going to handle it all the way. And let's all join in. Jeszcze Polska nie zginęła. Let's go!
Póki my żyjemy, to nam obca przemożeła, my się obierzemy. Marsz Dąbrowski, ziemi włoskiej do Polski, za twoim przewodem złączy się z narodem. Marsz ziemi włoskiej do Polski, za twoim przewodem złączy się z narodem. Księdysła przyjdziem warta, rędziem Polakami. Daj nam przykład Bonaparte, jak zwyciężać mamy. Marsz Dąbrowski, ziemi włoskiej do Polski, za twoim przewodem złączy się z narodem. Marsz Dąbrowski, ziemi włoskiej do Polski, za twoim przewodem złączy się z narodem.
Right on, right on. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Let's enjoy the rest of the evening.
One thing, let me tell you this. We're going to pass these out and we're going to sing these at the end of the evening. So save them, we're going to sing it once more. Save it, we're going to sing it once more.